everybody, welcome back to the Essential Owl. Erin here to make another cold process soap. Today I am going to be making a dragon's blood soap. This is the fragrance that I'm going to be using. It's dragon's blood from Nurture Soap. I'll put the fragrance notes on the screen somewhere around this time. And if you'll notice, it does say that there is slight acceleration, we'll see about that, as well as dark discoloration. There's quite a bit of vanillin in here, 1.6%, so this will turn a soap brown, and it's not going to matter what you do to it. Even if you use a vanilla color stabilizer, which I do not use in fragrances that discolor, it will still eventually turn brown. So, here is my plan. I'm going to be doing I think I'm going to do a combination of a drop swirl in the pot swirl. I'm not really sure exactly what my own plan is here, but the main base of the soap is going to be black. It's going to be colored with activated charcoal, and the base is what I'm going to be putting the fragrance in. So with my other colors that I'm going to be swirling with, they will not be affected by the discoloration of the fragrance. And the swirls that I'm going to be making, I'm going to go for like a fiery effect. So I'm going to be using the really red mica powder, orange vibrance, and yellow vibrance. And I'll just open these up and show you just because I think that that's fun. So there is yellow vibrance. Here is orange vibrance. The really red, which is super red, and I'm pretty low on, so I'll have to get some more of this ordered. And, of course, the charcoal, which is like looking into a pit of nothing. Very, very dark. So, I've already got some kaolin clay mixed into my base oils here. And everything is cooled down to a temperature that is acceptable. It's only slightly above room temperature. So, hopefully that will help me as far as the acceleration. I've also added just a little bit more water to my last solution just to account for the acceleration. Hopefully, I don't know, that might not make a difference at all. Maybe it's just a mental thing. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but hopefully that will slow things down just a little bit. So, I'm going to get my gloves on here really fast, and once I get everything all mixed in, get my lye mixed into my base oils and all that fun stuff, we'll move on to colors, and I will try to explain what I mean when I say that I want to sort of do a drop in the pot swirl. I'm not the first person that's ever done this, and I don't really know what it's going to look like when I go to cut into the soap, or if it's going to work at all. This might totally seize up on me. I've been having issues lately. So we'll have to see what happens. So without further ado, let me get my stick blender reassembled here. Let's jump right into the making of this soap. That's a good place to stop. It's pretty well emulsified, It's pretty liquid for the moment, so I think now is a good time to get my colorants taken care of. Yeah, that's pretty fluid. Good. Starting to doubt myself, you guys. Actually, I need to run and, will this fit in here? It will not. Okay, so I need to go and grab some paper towels really fast. I usually have a roll of paper towels standing by in here just for this reason, but I'm out and I forgot to replace them. So just cleaning out my lye container here so that I can reuse it. Okay, so still pretty fluid. Just giving everything a real quick mix here, kind of loosen it up a little. All right, I am now going to separate some colors out here. And I'm not doing much of a swirl because I do want a majority of the soap to be black. And also, it wouldn't be awful if I got a little bit of a marble effect almost. And you want to do very little of a swirl to do a marbly soap, because the more that you do, the more of a swirl you do, the less of that marbly effect that you get. So I want to keep it to a minimum. Shoot, I'm so messy. Have to clean this table later really good. Okay, so let's get started. So to my big container, I'm going to go ahead and add some charcoal. One thing I would like to mention, I do not have the fragrance oil mixed in yet. And that is on purpose because I want the batter to stay as fluid as possible. So if I went ahead and added the fragrance now, there's a chance that I might have to go on and pour it. And I don't want to just yet until I get all of my colors real good and mixed. And that way I have less of a chance of getting an unpourable soap while I mix my other colors up, if that makes any sense at all. Sorry, I'm actually trying to concentrate here. So, sorry if that was a little bit difficult to understand. Just gonna mix this in really good. Sorry that that's shaking the camera. I could kind of see it out of the corner of my eye. Now I am avoiding the stick blender on purpose because I don't want to thicken up any of this soap more than is necessary. I think I've got all my colors good and thoroughly mixed. Just to show you. Get out of the way, spoon. Here's the red that we ended up with. Very, very nice. Very nice red. I love the really red mica. And here's what the orange looks like. Very vibrant. And then the yellow, which is actually, it seems like it's staying yellow today, so that's great. So now, the moment of truth, I am going to add the fragrance to the black part of the soap. And I'm going to pour directly out of the bottle today because the usage rate for this fragrance oil is going to allow me to use the entire bottle for my batch size. There we go. Alright, now to get to stirring. It is thickening just a little, but nothing too obnoxious. It's not too bad. Still pretty fluid, so I'm very happy with that. Ugh, this smells so good, you guys. If you've never smelled a dragon's blood fragrance oil before, it's just, I don't even really know how to describe it. It's just it's really nice. Okay, so now that I've got my fragrance oil in, it is time to pour. So, just gonna kind of make sure I stir that. Now, this is the part where I'm going to try my in the pot drop swirl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a drop swirl with this red portion with these fiery colors. And then actually drop swirl with that. So let's start with the orange. And you're probably going to see me reach over and stir this black soap fairly frequently just to make sure that it's staying relatively fluid. If I let it just sit there, it's going to thicken up on me and I don't want it to do that. So pour in. And I am going to save a little bit for the tops for these. I'm going in with my yellow. All right. I think that's good. Give this another swirl. See, it is starting to thicken. So now is a good time to get to pouring. All right. Let me get this situated for you all to see. So, I'm going to pour in with some black on the bottom. And it is starting to heat up a little as well. Look at my gloves here. This is why I don't claim to be a clean soaper. I do not. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this fiery mix I got going on here. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Gonna go back in with some black. And then another layer of this. That looks so cool. Looks like lava. I am going to scrape this. And make a mess. Of course I am. That is going to look so striking against that black. I'm super excited. Okay, this black is just beginning to get to a more puddingy sort of texture. So, time to pour the rest of this on top, or plop it rather. I'm just going to scrape my bowl here and sort of scoop it onto the top so that it covers all of that. I'm just going to call it the red layer for simplicity. I don't want any of the red peeking through if I can avoid it. Oops. Flinging soap batter everywhere again today. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of bounce my spatula on the top layer to kind of jiggle it into all of the corners. Make sure that it's covering as much as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up some of the soap that I dropped everywhere again. And I'm going to clean up my edges just a little because I'm going to bang this down on the floor, and I don't want those little soap bits to go flying onto my floor where I might step on it later because I don't know about it, or onto my arm or something like that. That would not be very fun for me. Okay, I'm gonna bang this down. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm going to decorate the top a little bit, as much as I can. Not sure how well it's going to work, but I just think it's a little bit plain. So I'm just going to kind of pour some of these colors, just a little bit, not too much. And then I'll go in and I'll swirl them. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to drop onto the top. Now, I want to find, where is my little, okay, well, plan B. I'm going to swirl it with a pipette because I can't find my dowel. Hopefully it's not too thick. It might be. Okay. So, I'm just going to go in and swirl it somehow. Okay, that's all I'm going to do because it is pretty thick and I don't want to disturb it any more than I already had. The black part is thick, so I'm going to bang this down again. Okay, not too shabby. Just going to clean up my edges now. Alright, let's bring you on for a close-up. So this is what we've got. I love it. I love it. I do think it looks really cool. I'm glad that I didn't over-swirl it as much as I thought I did, but it looks very fiery to me. What do you guys think? You'll have to let me know in the comments down below what you think of this soap. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to cut this one in a few hours. I'm very excited to see what that inside looks like. And I don't actually think it's going to be that swirled because of how thick the black got. So it might end up looking more like layers, which I'm totally fine with. That would be pretty cool too, I think. So yeah, that is all that I have for you all right now. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss any of my uploads, and I will see you all for the cut. Bye-bye.